We all know that in this day and age, we actually do not need a wristwatch. And then there is a complication on a wristwatch that is even more obsolete than the watch itself, the Moonphase. Ironically, the Moonphase remains as steadfast on watch faces as watches do on our wrists. And to me, it is pretty much one of the most charming complications ever. And my personal favorite too, which is why I am very happy that today I get to show you the MAEN Lunar Classic 36. So in this video, I will answer the most common questions about this watch, like how does the smaller diameter wear with those lugs? How comfortable is the new titling bracelet? Is it worth the price? And many more, as well as adding my personal likes and dislikes by the end. So after watching this video, you will know exactly whether or not this new MAEN release is going to be your next watch. So let's get started. But before we head into the review, I wanted to thank MAEN for supporting the channel and sending me the watch for a review. I've worked with them before in the past because I really enjoy the designs and think they make great watches. I'll also be talking about the release date and special pre-order discounts in a bit, so be on the lookout for that. But just for transparency, if you buy a watch from them, there is no financial kickback for me, so just that you know. And now that we've got that covered, we are ready to take a closer look at the watch. Again, thank you so much, MAEN, for sponsoring this video, so let's get into it. Okay, as always, we need to lay down the facts to see what we are dealing with here today. This is a full steel watch made from 316L steel, an alloy that is also used by Tudor, for example. The case measures 36mm, as the name gives it away, in diameter with a height of 11.35mm, a lug-to-lug of 43, and a water resistance of about 50m. The bracelet is this super tight 5-link bracelet that ends in a bifold clasp with the MAEN logo, you know, the big M in the middle of it. The entire bracelet has a satin brush finish with a very pretty detail on the inside of the clasp. When you open it, you get this perlage, which I'm more used to see on plates or bridges of movement. Bezel has a full mirror polish, while the rest of the case has a more linear brushing. The top edges of the lugs are angular, while the downside of them swoops up to form a more like teardrop shape while curving down. The crown with the logo on the back has little cutouts to give it more of a star shape to match, you know, the theme of the watch dial. 4 dial options in total, and I here have the salmon dial version. The main dial plate has a circular brushed finish with minute markings on the edge that are completed by a silver ring that holds the hour markers. Throughout the dial run these like thin black cross lines that even go through the sub-dial with the Moonphase at 6 o'clock. The Moonphase is recessed and the sub-dial gets its own granular finish, and the hands are minimalistic sword hands except for the very standard second hand. Right now that we have our hot fix down, it is time to put it to the test and see how it actually wears. If you have smaller wrists like me, you probably had the same thought process here. You heard the 36mm in diameter and were like, yes, this could work. But then you see the lugs and you're immediately, you know, a bit more hesitant. So this watch is MAEN's relaunch of their very first watch, which also carried a Moonphase, which is also the eponym for the brand because MAEN is an old Dutch word for moon. The elongated lugs are a throwback to the classic watches from the 40s, according to them. And though I was skeptical at first, I am happy to see that the watch still wears comparatively small and works just fine on my 145mm wrist, as you can see here. Since the lug is still rather tame with the 43mm, you can easily wear this one comfortable with smaller wrists. And since this is more of a dressier look too, it is also fine, I would say, with bigger wrists because, you know, the size preserves the intended character of the watch, you know, being a more dressier watch. So size-wise, this is definitely approved for the IBWC, the Itty Bitty Wrist Committee, which I'm a part of. I'd also like to add that the bracelet was really comfortable too. As I have mentioned before, this is a really, you know, tight linked together 5-link bracelet. I mean, you can probably already tell by the brushing, but it's really soft to the touch, and thanks to the small links being, you know, so close together, it easily adjusts to your wrist shape. With bigger links, you sometimes get a more, you know, like a chunky feeling when wearing a watch, but if you're looking for a more sleek look and feel, this one really nails it. As I have mentioned, this is a special throwback moment for the brand since they started out with a Moonphase watch. Well, they named themselves Moon, and with a complication like that, it's mostly, you know, a hit or miss for me. Don't get me wrong, As I said, I love Moonphases, but there is not much I dislike more than a Moonphase that is being suffocated by, 5 other random complications all squeezed into one dial. So I'm more than happy that this Moonphase gets enough space to breathe on the dial. It sits very nicely and compact at 6 o'clock, and the deep blue night sky of the Moonphase works well with the salmon color for this one. The Moonphase and the rest of the watch, of course, is powered by a Swiss movement, a Sellita SW280-01 with a 40-hour power reserve. It is a well-tested, reliable, and overall a very solid movement, and is pretty popular with a lot of watchmakers. You can adjust the Moonphase by pulling out the crown into the first position and then setting your moon accordingly. You can also choose to have the SW280-01 top grade option built in. So for an extra, you get a rhodium plated, fully decorated movement with the blued screws that can be seen through the open case back. The top grade movement is regulated in 5 positions and has a middle rate of about 4 to ±4 seconds per day. If you choose the regular SW280-01, you'll get a solid brushed steel case back with it. Right, let's look at the pricing. The Lunar Classic 36 will cost €1,149, including VAT, but you get a discount of €100 during the pre-order campaign that will last a week from the 3rd of October. And if you want to get the flat link bracelet with it and not the standard rubber strap, it is discounted €109 during pre-order and will regularly go for $159 extra if you want to add it to your watch. So overall, we end up a bit, above Tissot Powermatic territory price-wise. And I think the similarities in terms of feeling and quality apply here too. Add to that the super flat and smooth bracelet, the added Moonphase complication, the Swiss movement as well, and the detailed finishing on both the case and the dial. It is truly a solid package. Oh, and you also get a single watch roll with your watch, which I think is a pretty nice bonus too. And well, if I had to choose, I would probably go for the MAEN instead of the Tissot. And I mean, yeah, at the end of the day, there is still your personal budget that decides whether or not this makes sense to you, but you do get your money's worth with it. And as promised in the beginning, I will now add my personal likes and dislikes about this watch. And let's first start about the things I'm not the biggest fan about. Though it doesn't really impact the wearing experience or the legibility of the time, I am personally just not the biggest fan of these dome crystals that have this rounded edge to them. It always kind of distorts the edge of the dial, and I would wish it had a more kind of like a flat crystal, or one where the dome didn't have this edge shape to it. And secondly, I think the default version should be the one on the steel bracelet. It has been a while since I've had such a smooth bracelet, and I think it is something that really makes the watch stand out from others in this price category. It is exceptionally well made, and I think that making it not the standard version will make lots of people miss out on the experience when they, opt for the more affordable rubber strap, which I think is a shame because it is so great. But now let's move on to the things that I really, really enjoy about this watch. First, I have probably already said that and mentioned it. I am so happy to see that the Moonphase gets enough room to shine here. It is my favorite complication, and I absolutely hate it when watch brands crowd the dial and suffocate their Moonphase complications. So yeah, absolutely love how minimalistic everything else is to make, the Moonphase stand out and really let it shine and breathe, whatever. Just love it. And next, I want to highlight the finishing, or, better, the kind of build of the bracelet. It's really smooth, so smooth and comfortable. I don't necessarily like it when, in the back of my mind, I always know and feel that I'm wearing a watch. I kind of want to forget that and just, see it and be happy about it. I prefer a comfortable fit, nothing too chunky or something that is, too weighty. And the Lunar Classic 36 is perfect for that. And I also want to point out the overall case design. I like that though it is more on the smaller side of things with its 36mm diameter. It does not wear tiny due to its, lug design, but the lugs also don't, overpower the whole thing. Though they do stand out in terms of design, they keep a nice balance, and I really appreciate that. And here we have it, everything you need to know about the new MAEN Lunar Classic in 36mm. You now know the hard facts, you know how it wears, if it is worth the price, and what to look out for when deciding whether or not this makes it into your collection. If you want to pre-order the watch and get the extra discounts, you can click the link in the description box down below and be one of the first to receive the watch. If you have enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more videos like this, I recommend subscribing to my channel. And that is all I have for you today. I would like to thank MAEN again for supporting the channel and letting me review this watch, and then I will see you in my next video. Bye!